welcome to the People's Being. My name is Benita, and on this segment, we are going to be shedding light on young entrepreneurs in, well, Africa. And we are in the heart of Suleja right now in Niger State, on the farm of a young female farmer by the name ID. Nice to meet you, ID.
Thank you. It's a privilege to have you guys around.
So please introduce yourself.
Okay. My name is Idoreen, but you can call me ID. I'm a farmer, full-time farmer, integrated farmer. I do crops, I do poultry farm, and a little bit of animal husbandry. And currently, this is my portion of the farm, land, I would say. So today we are currently doing our soyabean harvest, and if you guys don't mind, I can walk you guys down. Here is our beans land where we are doing our harvest, and as you can see, these are the dung we are uprooting. It has a process. This is soyabean. We left it in the farm to get dry before we harvest, so we can have the real organic thing.
So it's ready to be harvested now?
It's ready. We're already uprooting it like this, so it has a process. So after uprooting, although we are doing it manually, because personally I don't like to work with machines. So after uprooting, there's a process where we will beat it to remove the seeds. So that's it over there. We're trying to beat it to get out the seeds from the shaft. So we'll get to separate. But I can do a little experiment here. So we can get one. This is what soyabeans looks like. This is okay. And you have it. This is soyabean. You hardly see this in the market because people hardly cook it. But I can tell you this is a day-to-day usage. It's far proteinous than the normal beans you eat, and they use this in almost all food production. Thin food, baby food. So that's why it's always very scarce in the market. Like this is already ready to hit the market. So we don't struggle to look for where to sell or how to go about the distributing process. So this is one of it. We still have part of the lands over inside there. Still have like 2 hectares over to be harvested, but we can only do the one we can today. Yeah.
So how long does it take to harvest completely?
Okay, the germination process, I would say, takes 3 to 4 months, or 3.5, 3 months, 2 weeks. Like here we started July, ending of July, and we're already harvesting.
Wow.
It's a seasonal thing.
Okay.
The crop is seasonal, yeah. So this is how we uproot it. We uproot it and we keep it one place. We make a bundle out of it.
Do they have to get dry or you can open it?
Yes, they need to get dry. They need to get dry. Because everything we do here is purely organic. So we don't use any chemical or machineries to dry them. So what made them dry is the sunlight. So that's why we keep them to get dry so we can harvest. It makes it easier that when you get to heat, you have the beans coming out. So that's it. So if we're heating it, here is it. Have plenty of it. So after this, we're going to separate it from the chaff. So this is the process. We get to make soyabeans. From here, you can have soya milk. From here, they use this in making animal feed again.
Yeah.
They use it in making this.
So what's the quantity you can get from this?
Just this?
Yes.
Okay, estimating we can at least have a 10 mudu out of this.
10 mudu.
Yeah, for a start, at least a 10 mudu out of what they are eating now, but not for the whole.
So what's the estimate for the whole?
For the whole land, this is 1 hectare, so we are hopeful for 20 to 30 bags, at least. Yeah.
So first things first, as a child, what did you want to be?
I've always wanted to be a lawyer. It's funny.
See this gap.
Yes, I've always wanted to be a lawyer growing up.
So how did you end up becoming a farmer instead?
Okay, you know the country we are in.
Yeah.
So I tried jam, I tried schools, it didn't work. I later opted for mass communication. So I'm a graduate, BSc. I studied mass communication, but while in school, I just went to school because there is a need to be in school.
Yeah, to have a degree.
Yeah, exactly. So, but I never ever thought of using my degree to work, because even while being in school, I was still farming. So my dad is a farmer.
Oh.
So growing up, I have idea about farming, but not crop. Yeah, because my dad was a poultry. My dad is a poultry farmer, so I grew up doing poultry farming. So not until destination brought me to
Crop.
Abuja. So I started my own poultry. Then inside the poultry, I saw other farmers. I mingle and I picked interest in crops, and it's been a wonderful one.
So you would say your dad is the inspiration behind farming?
Yes, my dad is my number one motivator and inspiration. And again, self-determination made it possible, because the road has not been easy. Yeah.
So how long have you been in this line?
Okay, for the poultry farming, I would say as long as I'm above 25 years of age. So I would say over 20 years.
Over 20 years?
Over 20 years. Not personally mine.
Yeah.
I started with my dad, but personally, I started 2018.
Oh, okay.
Yes, personally, I started 2018. That's for the poultry farming, yeah. Then I started crops 2020.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
So far, what would you say is the biggest challenge you've had to face?
Oh, biggest challenge is insecurity.
That is a national problem, man.
Insecurity, yeah. Apart from that, we're good. We come to, you can look around, everywhere is bushy.
Yeah.
Yeah, so we work with fear. We work with time. We're always looking side, backward, and checking, looking out for. We're always expecting the unexpected.
Yeah.
So that's my own biggest challenge. Yeah.
Okay. So off camera, we talked about how you not understanding Hausa was a problem.
Yeah.
So how big a problem is it?
It's a very big problem. Language barrier too. It's a very big problem. But I think I'm lucky because most of the time I use signs to communicate, or I will have to get someone
That understands it.
that understands. I will interpret, and the good thing is I'm friendly. You don't have a choice. You just have to be friendly, so they will understand you better and they will work with you. So,
Okay.
yeah.
So now let's talk profitability. How lucrative is this business?
Very good.
Very good.
Very good. If there is anything like 200 over 100, I'll tell me that. But only when you are detailed in it.
Okay.
Yes, you have to pay full attention to it. Not to the novice, because when I started, it wasn't like this.
Okay.
But today, it's good.
So if I was interested in farming, what advice or tips would you give me?
Farming is like schooling. You don't just wake up and start farming. I'll advise you learn first.
Okay.
It's definitely handwork. You invest your time in it to be successful. You have to give it your time. You have to give it your attention. And you have to take it like a professional job to be successful inside farming.
So we're also here with assistant farmer Khadija. Introduce yourself for the camera.
Hello, I'm Khadija Muhammad Bani,
How old are you?
17.
Okay. So what do you do on the farm?
I keep records, take care of the chicken, take care of the brooding room.
Oh, so poultry.
Yes.
Oh, all right. Okay. So how do you balance this with school? Are you in school? Is this full time for you?
It's full time.
Okay, it's full time. poultry location, and we can see birds. How old are these birds?
They are 4 weeks.
Wow.
Yes,
Pretty big
and
for
they will
4
hit
weeks.
the market at 6 weeks.
Oh, okay.
Yes, at 6 weeks they hit the market. So currently we don't even have enough because of the festive period. People had already come to take them when they were much younger.
Okay.
So basically, the whole compound is can contain 5,000 birds in
This
batches.
this one
No,
or the
this the whole compound.
oh, the
So I'm
whole
going to
compound.
explain that. This can take 2,000. So we are definitely going to go inside here, and we'll go inside here. So this can take 2,000. This can take 1,000. Then we're doing our brooding house there, over there. I'll take you guys around there. So we're still under construction. Once we're done, each of the room there will take 1,000. And those sections, they call it brooding house. So it has stage. We brood them there. I don't know if you know the meaning of brooding. Brooding, when they are tender, the building is always sealed up, so you don't get to have enough ventilation, because when they are tender, they're just coming out from hatchery, so they can't really stand cold. So the building is covered up. It's more like an incubation period, and they'll stay there for like 2 weeks, and after 2 weeks we now transfer them to the other pen houses. So that's how the section is.
So what's the reason for the demarcation?
Okay, the reason for the demarcation, there's not actual much reason. I just don't want them to be cluster. So that's why I divide them, because I want them to have enough space to walk around freely. If they are clustered, it's just like they're inside a prison. So
Right.
demarcating them, it helps me keep count. Yeah, but if you're good, like if you know you're good with count, you can as well keep them all together. So if I demarcate them, it helps me keep count. Yeah.
The ground looks different. That looks cemented and clean and
What exactly?
no, the grounds, yeah. That
Okay.
side looks cemented and all of that. And then
Because
there's this.
we don't have birds there. The birds over there, they fly out.
Oh.
So definitely they will come in here.
Oh, they're the road
So yeah,
birds.
so what you have here is shaft from wood sheaves.
Okay.
So we usually put this on to prevent them, like the other one is having leg issues, so you can see here. So we usually put our wood sheaf to prevent them from cold.
Okay.
Yeah, and with the wood sheaf, you can easily detect their poo, if it's normal or not, if you have a sick bed or not. So that's the work of wood sheaf.
Sorry, a random question. Is there a reason these ones are in a hole?
No reason, they are just taking their rest. They are the ones that dug them up.
They are strong enough to dig this.
See what they did? They dug. Yeah,
Wow.
they do this every batch. We tend to do repairs in our pen houses.
Wow.
They eat the floor, yeah.
Damn.
And if you keep them hungry, they can attack you. If you come here, they will be eating your feet because they are hungry.
Are they hungry right now?
They are not hungry. If they are hungry, you can't stay here. If they are hungry, you can't stay in here.
Oh, wow. So how often do they feed?
Round the clock, 247.
As in every hour? You feed them every hour?
Once it's finished, you fill it up.
Wow.
For you to ascertain, for you to get to a particular weight, for you to have a good weight when it's time to sell, like this, if I weigh this, it will be like let's say 1.4, 1.5. So once it's up to 2.8, it's definitely going to hit the market. So for you to achieve that weight under a period of 6 weeks, you feed them round the clock. Yeah.
So basically, you make money off birds every 6 weeks.
I'll say 2 weeks, because we have our bets in batches.
Okay.
So from here, I'll show you. We have another bet in there. I'll show you. So once you are 2 weeks, you have another one coming up. Once you are 2 weeks, like we are setting up our brooding house here again. So it's all in batches. It's in batches. So these are the old. It just arrived. You can can see the temperature of the fish. We have one dead one here already. Okay, it's not dead. Thought it was dead because it's weak. So the temperature is hot because it just came out from hatchery. So you still have to make the temperature hot and conducive for them.
They're all good.
Yeah.
So you use coal.
Yeah, I use coal. It's charcoal.
So just before we go, we asked this before, but what advice do you have for young farmers or people trying to get into the farming business?
Take your job serious. Be professional about it. Give it 100 attention. Take it like every other professional job and you're good to go.
So is it safe to say you are not doing anything law related? This is it. This is the line you are following.
This is the line here.
So till you retire.
Till I die.
Till she dies.
Till I
Talk
die.
about passion.
Yeah.
Thank you for taking our time
Thank
to do
you.
this with us today.
Thank you.
We literally spent our entire day with her when she had a lot of things to do. So we are very grateful for the
Thank you so
opportunity.
much and I appreciate. Thank you.
So we'll see you next time only God knows who will be interviewing next. My name is Benita. This is The People's Being. Don't forget to like and subscribe. Hit the notification bell as well so you are notified every time we post a new video. See you in the next one.
Thank you.